Okay, back on the Chevy van today. Today we're working on the power steering pump. Ever since I got this thing going, I had a squeal in the front whenever I started, or I hear a chirp every once in a while like a bearing's going out. I think it's this, but it seems okay. I'm going to go ahead and change it since I already have it out, and we'll go from there. Getting ready to take this pulley off. If you ever need to take one off, you need one of these pullers, or you'll just destroy the pulley. At least that's been my experience. I got this one from Harbor Freight. I wrap a little bit of electrical tape around it because it fits pretty loose and it helps keep it snug. That's what the puller looks like when it's all together. It's also an installer. We'll get to that later. It takes a 13/16 here and 1/2 inch on the top. And that should get it apart, and we'll go from there. Okay, I got the pulley off. Now I gotta take these 4 bolts out, and this bracket will come off. And then we'll go to the back of the pump, and I'll show you how to take that apart. Okay, I got the bolts out. There's 2 short bolts, 2 longer bolts. Longer bolts are on this side, short ones on this side. You can see that it has a spacer on the bracket for the longer bolts. Alright, on the back you got this bolt, that bolt. Seems like 18 fits best. Then you gotta take this out. This is where your pressure line goes in. This is a 1 inch. When you get that out, it's gonna have a plunger and a spring in behind it. Okay, there's the plunger and the spring. Here's the piece I took out. It does have an O-ring on it. That should come with your new power steering pump. Now what I like to do, I'm just going to take rubber mallet and whack it here and on the other side and just kind of wiggle it loose. Then once I do that, I think I'm going to throw the canister and some degreaser and clean that up before I put it back together. Okay, the pump is out. It does have an O-ring right here. You should get a new one with your new pump. There's also an O-ring right here that needs replaced. It should come with your new pump. There's also O-rings on these 2 bolt holes. And right here is a magnet. Pick up all the crud. You can see it's pretty nasty. Okay, so I got the canister all cleaned up, degreased. Get ready to put the new pump in. Before you do that, make sure you have your magnet. Make sure you have all your seals. The big O-ring here, the O-ring on this. And then you can put it back together. Okay, so I got the mounting bracket back on here. It's time to put on the pulley. I have my installer here. If you don't have one of these, you can run a long bolt down in here and use a nut and washer to push the pulley on. Done that before, it works pretty good. I believe this is a Saginaw power steering pump. I have the same one in my Ford van. Okay, I got the pulley on. Need to install it in the van. When you install it, make sure you put a new O-ring on your high pressure line just to make sure there's no leaks. And we'll get to that next. Yay. Okay, I got the power steering pump mounted, hoses, belts, everything on. I just need to bleed it and flush it, and then we'll give it a whirl, see how it does.